Hi Live Kids, I hope you've had a great day today. I will be taking you through tonight's bedtime story, and we'll be looking at the story of Joshua in the Bible. Now, a special friend of mine has allowed me to borrow two guests. Got two guests. So the first one, his name is TK, and his name is short for Olatokunbo. Say hi, TK. He says hi. The second one, his name is Alfie. Now Alfie is a very important guest because he's been with my special friend for over 10 years. That's a very, very long time, guys. It's older than some of you. Say hi, guys. Thank you. Now, this story is going to be about how Joshua stopped the sun. Can you imagine that? Stop the whole sun. But before I dive into that, let me give you a bit of a background of Joshua and his life. Well, Joshua was Moses' very loyal servant, and he helped Moses lead the people of Israel out of the evil hands of the Egyptian Pharaoh. After being in the desert for a very long time, the people of Israel finally found the land that God had promised was their new home. Unfortunately, by that time, Moses was very old and died. As a result, Joshua was made the new leader of Israel, and he was given the responsibility of guiding the people of Israel to victory over the enemies of the land. Joshua knew in his position might very well have felt a little afraid. Don't you think? A little intimidated, a bit fearful. I know I would have been. However, God was with him, and God said to him, Joshua, be bold, be brave, be courageous. Do not fear, for I, the Lord your God, am with you every step of the way. That's amazing, isn't it? And that's all Joshua needed to hear in order for him to lead the people of Israel to victory over the enemies of the land. Fast forward, and Joshua has been doing a great job, guys. I can tell you that the Israelites were winning the battles put in front of them, and that they had a great leader in Joshua. And they had an even more important bonus than that. Can you guess? That's right. They had God by their sides. And that was all they needed to have victory over the enemies of the land. News about those victories spread to other nations in the promised land, and their kings decided to come together to fight the Israelites. But there were people called the Gibeonites who had other ideas. What kind of ideas did they have? I can hear you ask. Well, they selected some people to wear faded clothes and worn out footwear, and they proceeded to visit the Israelites. Have you ever owned a pair of worn out trainers, Alive Kids? I have. When I was in school, I had a pair of shoes that I had been playing football with for quite some time. And what happened is that they began to talk. My mum wasn't too happy about it though. So let's skip this conversation and we'll talk about that afterwards. Anyways, the Gibeonites, wearing worn clothing and footwear, came to Joshua and said, we come from a distant land, far, far, far away. We've heard about your God and all he did for you in Egypt. Promise not to attack us, and we will be your helpers. Now Joshua had to think about this, guys. He looked to the right, which is your right, and he looked to the left, which is your left, and he was thinking and thinking and thinking. For he knew God had told him he would be in a battle with all of his neighbors within the land God had given the Israelites. After some time, Joshua decided to believe them and promised not to attack them. However, 3 days later, Joshua found out that they were not from a distant land far, far, far away. They were in fact one of the Israelites' neighbours. And even worse, they lived across the road. Can you imagine that? And Joshua, having not been too happy, approached the Gibeonites and said, "Why did you lie to us?" They answered, "We were afraid. We know that God is fighting for you. Please do not harm us." After thinking about it again, Joshua decided to keep his promise, and he decided not to go into battle with the Gibeonites and to be their friends as well. Now, the other kings had heard that Joshua and the Israelites had become friends with the people of Gibeon, and they weren't too happy. They thought to themselves, if the men of Gibeon and the men of Israel came together, we will surely lose. And they were right, I think. So the 5 kings made a plan to join forces and fight the people of Gibeon. As you can imagine, 5 armies coming together to make one army would make a huge army, guys. The men of Gibeon found out about what was happening and sent a message to Joshua saying, "Friends, help us, save us. All of the kings are gathering together to attack us." So Joshua, having become friends with the people of Gibeon, decided that he and his army would help the people of Gibeon fight. Now, on their way, the Lord said to Joshua, "Do not be afraid, Joshua. I will help you beat them." That's a great thing to hear, isn't it, guys? When God's got your back, you feel extra confident and extra brave. And that's exactly what Joshua and the Israelites did. They marched all night, and when they got to the battle, the huge army of the kings was surprised, as they did not know the Israelites were coming. As the Israelites fought, God helped the Israelites by sending over huge hailstones, right, left, over to the army of the kings, because the army of the kings had much more soldiers than the people of Gibeon and the Israelites put together. However, the battle was not over, and Joshua noticed that the sun was coming down, but he still needed time to defeat the enemy. So what Joshua did was he prayed to God and he asked God, "God, please stop the sun and moon, please." And guess what happened? The sun and moon stopped. The sun and moon stopped. Can you believe that, guys? A whole sun and moon stopped still. Now, I know I could never do that. And I know Joshua didn't do that on his own. What happened was that as soon as he prayed, God listened and God made the sun and moon stop. And I believe for God, that's pretty simple to do, isn't it? He created the sun and moon. Now, the sun did not set until Joshua and the Israelites had defeated every single member of the army of the kings. Nothing like that had ever happened before, guys, and nothing like that has ever happened since. Joshua knew God had made the sun stand still, and he was very thankful to God. And the Gibeonites were also very thankful and grateful to God and Joshua and the army for helping them in their time of need. Once they said their thank yous, then Joshua returned back home with the people of Israel. Okay, guys, we have now reached the end of our bedtime story. I hope you've enjoyed it. I just wanted to end by telling you to always keep trusting in God, because He loves you dearly and He loves you just the way you are. Okay? He's with you wherever you go. He's there and He's got your back. Anytime you feel like talking to Him and having a chat, just go ahead and He will listen, guys. I personally believe that God has got great things in store for you as you grow. And all God needs of you is just for you to hold on to Him whilst you take your journey in life. Okay? So let us now pray. In Jesus' name. Father, we thank You for the bedtime story we've heard tonight. Thank You for Your love that surrounds and covers us in all that we do. Thank You for teaching us that You are with us everywhere we go and encouraging us to be bold and brave because we have You on our side. We thank You for all that You do in our lives, and thank You for our protection over our families. We ask that as we go to bed, that You will take care of us as we sleep, and we will have sweet dreams. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Amen. Okay. Thank you very much for listening, guys. I hope you have a great night's sleep. I hope you have great, fantastic dreams, no nightmares. And we will see you again shortly. Bye.